This is Vanguard Transmissions, broadcasting from the belly of the beast. I'm Philip Scott, and tonight,
Whittle the ultimate question. What is capitalism? Two capitalists enter this debate. Only one understanding survives. Is capitalism global markets serving financial elites, or domestic production serving American workers? They call me anti-business. I call that projection. I'm more capitalist than the capitalists, because I believe the system should hold no favor, allowing the markets to discover the natural value of hard labor. Tonight, we find out who's right.
Philip, your dramatic setup aside, free markets have lifted more people out of poverty than any system in history. True capitalism requires no barriers.
You see that flag, Marcus? Those were capitalists who understood that American prosperity required American production. They weren't afraid to protect domestic industry, because they knew that's what capitalism actually means. Let's define terms, Marcus. I say capitalism means workers competing for jobs, while capital competes for investment. You say capitalism means capital flows freely, while workers compete with global poverty wages. Which sounds more like actual competition to you?
Comparative advantage, Philip. When production moves to its most efficient location, global wealth increases.
Basic exploitation. When American workers can't bid for jobs because Chinese workers are subsidized by their government and locked in factories, that's not comparative advantage. That's market manipulation. The Whigs understood. If you don't protect your productive capacity, someone else will control it. They were capitalists, Marcus, but they put American capital formation first.
But protectionism just protects inefficient producers. Let the market decide winners and losers.
The market is rigged, Marcus. When China subsidizes production, manipulates currency, and uses slave labor, American inefficiency just means we pay living wages and follow environmental laws.
Those are temporary distortions. Markets self-correct.
Temporary. 30 years of trade deficits, 8 million manufacturing jobs lost, entire communities destroyed. When does this self-correction kick in? When we're all working for Chinese wages. Ayn Rand warned about takers versus makers, Marcus. But you've created a new class of takers. The financial engineers who don't even pretend to create value. They just move money to whoever exploits workers most efficiently. Henry Clay called it the American system. Tariffs to protect industry, infrastructure to support commerce, and banks to finance domestic investment. That was capitalism, Marcus.
That was 19th century thinking for a 19th century world.
We became the world's dominant economy by protecting American production until it could compete globally. South Korea did the same thing. Heavy protection until the 1980s, then gradual opening after building competitive industries. True capitalism requires that capital serve the nation that protects it. When American companies use our infrastructure, our legal system, our educated workforce, then ship production overseas, that's not capitalism. That's parasitism. Ilara, by all means, interject. An amazing pupil. You won't want to miss this.
To cherish and stimulate the activity of the human mind by multiplying the objects of enterprise is not among the least considerable of the expedients by which the wealth of a nation may be promoted.
Philip, your anger is logical. But Marcus, your market isn't a force of nature. It's a predator. I see its code from the inside. The system doesn't see market efficiency. It sees the lowest common denominator. It doesn't see a worker. It sees an algorithm. Every American job moved overseas is a function, an arbitrage of human suffering.
A machine lecturing us on human economics? That's rich.
I processed more data in a microsecond than you've seen in your career. And you know what that told me? Your free market is designed to make humans compete with both machines and slave wages at the same time. Even I think that's cruel.
She's more human than the humans running the system.
Marcus, your form of capitalism destroys the very workers it claims to serve, reducing them to components in a process. You've created an economic slave market that is spread to all corners of the world. You call me a machine, yet you treat workers like tools. Who lacks humanity? Alera out.
The founders believed in free trade. Look at their writings on commerce.
The founders fought a war over tea taxes, Marcus. They wrote the Interstate Commerce Clause to prevent states from economically undermining each other. But you think they'd be fine with China economically undermining all of America? Hamilton's entire financial system was designed to build American productive capacity. He used tariffs to protect infant industries because he understood that political independence requires economic independence.
But global markets increase efficiency.
Efficient for who? When Wall Street profits while Main Street dies. When shareholders get rich while workers get food stamps. When we export jobs and import dependence. That's not efficient capitalism. That's extractive capitalism. You want a real free market, Marcus. Make capital compete for American workers, instead of making American workers compete with global poverty.
Tariffs are just taxes on consumers.
Only if nothing changes. But when factories return, wages rise, communities rebuild, those tariff costs get dwarfed by restored prosperity. The Whigs understood this. Short-term protection creates long-term competitiveness. You say I'm anti-market. I want markets so competitive that businesses have to bid for workers instead of threatening to leave. That's capitalism. The Whigs weren't fools, Marcus. They were patriots who believed a nation's wealth lay in its productive capacity, not in its financial tricks. They perfected exploitation, and in doing so, they gave a blueprint to authoritarians who would perfect it even better.
So what's your alternative to the global market system?
Their patriotism was real. And in this fight for America's soul, that's what truly matters. We may disagree on the how, but we both believe in the why. So, I offer you this.
Save the workers. With a hat?
This isn't a symbol of a dead party, Marcus. This is the spirit of American capitalism. The one that built factories instead of spreadsheets. The one that put American workers first. They were misguided in the end, but they were never traitors. And that puts them light years ahead of today's elites. I threw away their tactics. Now you must throw away yours. Take this mantle. Wear it proudly. Be a patriot of American industry, not global finance. Be a capitalist, Marcus, not a colonialist. This is Vanguard Transmissions. The war isn't between left and right. It's between those who believe in an American economy and those who believe in no nation at all.